The undefeated UFC legend Khabib Nurmagomedov faced an unexpected challenge on January 12, 2025, far from the octagon. Seated in an exit row on a Frontier Airlines flight in Las Vegas, a flight attendant questioned his English proficiency and ability to assist in emergencies. Despite his proven track record of English communication throughout his career, Khabib's assurances weren't enough. The situation escalated, leading to his removal from the aircraft. A moment that would spark widespread debate about airline policies and potential discrimination. Very rude from the very beginning, Khabib recounted, his voice carrying the same calm that marked his octagon victories.
Or you're gonna have to get off this plane and then we'll have to because they're not comfortable with the emergency exit. My flight is and unfortunately, it is fair.
The champion who never lost his composure in the cage maintained it here too, even as he questioned whether his removal stemmed from racial, national, or other prejudices. Video footage captured his dignified response, a testament to the character that defined his career. His destination was Los Angeles, where his brothers-in-arms, Islam Makhachev and Umar Nurmagomedov, awaited his support for UFC 311.
I want to know who kicked Khabib off that plane.
Wait, what?
Isn't that
Crazy? Isn't that
I don't know what happened.
What
happened?
Khabib, got to get off the plane.
That's wild, dude. That is wild. And yeah,
I didn't like the way that he was being treated, and
Khabib Nurmagomedov chucked off the plane.
An hour-and-a-half delay in a different flight couldn't deter the eagle from his path. Khabib always comes out on top because of his mannerism and his class, his manager Ali Abdelaziz affirmed, as the incident caught the attention of the Council on American Islamic Relations, who demanded an investigation into potential discrimination. The man who once said, "Send me location," had arrived at his intended destination, not just physically, but by taking the higher ground in a situation that tested his character beyond the octagon. The UFC's outspoken president, Dana White, didn't mince words when defending his former champion. With his characteristic fury, he laid into Frontier Airlines, calling them out for their handling of one of MMA's most respected figures. "A piece of shut airline," White thundered, before revealing something that made the situation even more absurd. Here was Khabib Nurmagomedov, a man whose bank account could buy a fleet of private jets, choosing to fly commercial. This kid's got more money than anybody, but that's how humble he is. The irony wasn't lost on White. The airline had removed arguably one of the most capable people they could have had in an exit row. A professional athlete, a champion, a man whose physical prowess was legendary, deemed unfit to assist in an emergency. That's how dumb they are on Frontier Airlines. Some battles are fought with fists, others with a single tap of a finger. As news of Khabib's Frontier Airlines incident spread through the MMA world, his greatest rival couldn't resist throwing a digital counterpunch. Conor McGregor, the master of psychological warfare, made his move, not with his legendary left hand, but with a simple follow button on Instagram. The target? Frontier Airlines' official page. To the casual observer, it might seem trivial, but in the world of McGregor versus Khabib, where every gesture carries the weight of their blood-soaked UFC 229 encounter, this was psychological chess at its finest. The same McGregor who had tasted defeat at Khabib's hands in 2018 now found a way to twist his rival's misfortune into social media gold. The MMA community erupted. Some fans applauded the Irishman's never-ending ability to get under Khabib's skin, while others saw it as another chapter in what they considered a tiresome saga. But that's exactly what McGregor does best. He keeps the conversation alive, the rivalry burning, even when the octagon doors are closed. In one subtle Instagram follow, McGregor reminded everyone why he's the sport's most calculating provocateur. After all, who else could turn an airline's follow button into a weapon of mass distraction? "Bratha, why you fly, coach?" The words dripped with Colby chaos, Covington's signature blend of sarcasm and showmanship. As news of Khabib's airline incident ricocheted through the MMA world, the self-proclaimed people's champion couldn't resist adding his own explosive commentary to the mix. Like a prizefighter sensing an opening, Covington launched his verbal assault through the digital arena of social media. The irony wasn't lost on anyone. Here was Khabib Nurmagomedov, a man whose bank account could rival a small nation's GDP, choosing to fly economy. For Covington, it was too perfect a target to ignore. But this wasn't just about airline seats and travel preferences. It was another chapter in Covington's ongoing crusade against what he sees as the sins of his fellow fighters. This latest jab fits perfectly into Covington's previous narrative about Khabib and his team. They're just weight bullies, he's proclaimed in the past, painting them as warriors who dodge true challenges by competing in lower weight classes. They didn't want to fight at their natural weight class because they're scared. Every word calculated, every accusation designed to chip away at the legacy of the undefeated champion. In the theater of combat sports, Covington has mastered the art of playing the villain. His commentary on Khabib's airline choice isn't just mockery, it's performance art. By questioning the wisdom of a multi-millionaire flying economy, he's not just poking fun at Khabib's frugality. He's suggesting a lack of judgment that led to this very public spectacle. The MMA community, ever divided in its reactions to Covington's provocations, finds itself once again choosing sides. Some fans revel in the chaos, praising Covington's unfiltered approach as a breath of fresh air in an increasingly sanitized sport. Others see it as another example of crossing lines that shouldn't be crossed, a departure from the respect that martial arts traditionally commands. But that's exactly what makes Covington's character so effective. In embracing the role of heel, he's transformed himself into more than just a fighter. He's become a lightning rod for controversy, a master of keeping his name in headlines even when he's nowhere near the octagon. His commentary on Khabib's flight incident isn't just a random jab. It's another carefully placed brick in the wall of his controversial legacy. Through this latest dig at Khabib's travel choices, Covington reminds us all why he's earned the nickname Chaos. In a sport where attention equals opportunity, he's proven once again that sometimes the most effective strikes are delivered not with fists, but with words. And in that particular arena, Covington remains undefeated. What began as one champion's removal from a flight has evolved into a national conversation about bias in the skies. Khabib Nurmagomedov's incident with Frontier Airlines didn't just make headlines. It opened old wounds and raised uncomfortable questions about who faces extra scrutiny at 30,000 feet. The Council on American Islamic Relations, KAIR, stepped into the ring, demanding more than just explanations. They called for a transparent investigation that could expose any hidden biases lurking behind airline protocols. The message was clear. This wasn't just about one passenger or one flight. It was about ensuring every traveler receives equal treatment, regardless of their name or nationality. Frontier Airlines quickly mounted their defense. In carefully worded statements, they denied any ethnic profiling, instead pointing to FAA regulations and exit row requirements. Their narrative painted a different picture. A passenger who didn't respond to safety inquiries, a declined offer to change seats, and subsequently issued refunds. But for many observers, these explanations raised more questions than answers. The incident has become a catalyst for change, pushing advocacy groups to demand more comprehensive training for airline staff. These voices aren't just calling for policy reviews, they're pushing for a fundamental shift in how airlines approach diversity in the friendly skies. As social media buzzes with opinions and personal stories, the conversation has expanded beyond Khabib's experience to touch on countless similar incidents that never made headlines. Now all eyes turn to Frontier Airlines and the pending investigation. The outcome could rewrite the rules of engagement between airlines and their diverse passenger base, transforming one champion's exit row dispute into a landmark moment for airline accountability. What started in Las Vegas might just change how millions fly. What started as an exit row dispute has become a catalyst for change, drawing reactions from UFC stars to civil rights groups. Khabib's encounter with Frontier Airlines isn't just another celebrity incident. It sparked crucial conversations about fairness in our skies. We want to hear your take. Was this handled fairly? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you appreciate stories that dive deeper than the headlines, join our community by hitting that subscribe button and bell icon. Together, we'll keep exploring where sports meets society. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.